Hello, guys. I trust that you're all well. Today, I want to answer this question that majority of you have always been asking us. Of course, these are very critical question, and I wish to address it today. Now, you have noticed that theory papers in Kasneb are now becoming a disaster, right? Because you'll find that you can pass all the computation papers except for the theory papers. And I'll want to address that by giving you, of course, the tips and tricks, and also the reason why majority of the students nowadays they normally tend to fail these theory papers. Of course, theory cuts across both in foundation, intermediate, as well as in advanced level. And also, some of our computation papers, of course, they'll always be the theory questions which will always tend to be tested. So, when you are looking at the theory papers, talk about, of course, communication. We normally talk about, of course, introduction to business law. Talk about, of course, economics. Economics is a bit a mixture of course, we know very well it is a mixture of computation and, of course, theory part. We have aspect of company law. All these papers, yeah, company law. We have, of course, auditing and assurance. See, auditing and assurance. We have, of course, leadership and management, leadership and management. Of course, we have advanced auditing and assurance, advanced auditing and assurance. All these are theory papers. Yeah. So the mistake that majority of students normally tend to do when it comes to the theory paper, you'll find that you'll always tend to try, or when answering a question which you've been asked, the mistake that you're going to do, you'll want to answer your question in paragraph format. See, say for example, maybe they have asked you to explain, say, advantages. Yeah, say explain, maybe explain, say, like advantages of maybe e-commerce, or maybe you are supposed to give, say, like the professional ethics that an auditor should have. So you'll find that at this point, majority of the students, the mistake that you normally tend to do, you normally tend to answer this question in paragraph form, whereby what you're going to do, maybe you have point one. This is a paragraph. You're giving me in paragraph form. So what you're doing to this marker is that you want to give this marker again a job to try and of course, identify the point that you want to put across. So maybe a question is allocated, say, like 8 marks. Maybe you're told to explain, say, like a certain concept, and maybe explain 4 points of a certain concept. Then you're given, say, like 8 marks. You realize that you might end up getting like 3 marks or even 2 marks. It is not that you don't know, you clearly have this knowledge, but the way you are delivering it, that is probably the problem. So in this case, Mwalimu will want to advise us from now henceforth, going forward, anytime you're handling a theory paper, anytime you're handling a theory question, avoid the paragraph way. All you can do, give in pointer form. See, you are supposed to give in pointer form. Say, for example, maybe you're asked, of course, for the professional ethics of course, give some of the professional ethics that maybe an auditor should have. So, in this case, give in pointer form. Tell me integrity. That is a pointer. Already, I've seen what you want to try to, what you want to put across. Then, under integrity, you give your paragraph. Then come to number 2. Tell me confidentiality. Tell me confidentiality. In this case, already you have the point. Come and explain what you want to explain below there. What you realize that at this point, you won't make the work of this marker very hard. Why? What you've done simply, you have literally summarized the work in a sense that I'll clearly see this is a point. Even whatever that you're going to write here, regardless of what we've written here, already I have picked the point that you wanted to tell me. So if I told it was 2 marks, I'm going to say that this student is smart. So I'm going to do what? I'm going to give the point there. Then I'm also going to give a point there, even as much as probably I've not gone through whatever that you've written. At this point, confidentially, this is another point. Whatever that you've written here already, I've seen you clearly show me what you want to explain. Already you have the point. So by the time you're through the 4 points in pointer form, you'll find that you'll end up earning the 8 marks, 8 out of 8. Compared to this, whereby the moment you've seen this, you want to make my work difficult to try and, of course, trace your point. In this case, I'll just assume like because this person has used the ink, let me just give you the point for ink. 1 mark, then the other one I can decide not to give you a mark, and then I give you another mark so that out of 8, I just say like you earn 2 or 3. 2 or 3 out of 8. You're losing 5 marks. Imagine that if that is replicated in all the other questions, you might end up not passing this paper. It is not that you don't know. The reason is not that you don't know, yeah, but you'll find that the strategy, the approach that you have used, that was the bad strategy. So I'll always advise, kindly, whenever you want to answer this question effectively, always try to give in pointer form. It will really, really help you a lot. That's what I wanted us to talk about. The other case here is that how you guys you're doing your revision. Right now, I'm sharing this as a semester is still young, right? Currently, the semester is still young. And I know there are those people who normally tend to say that, oh, I don't have enough resources to join the class. I told you guys that education is an investment, right? You must spend, man. You must spend, right, for you to get quality education. So in this case, when you're doing your revisions or when you're doing your studies, of course, your studies, you won't just be doing it blindly like that, right? So in this case, you'll be required to do some revisions throughout your studies. So my point is when you're doing your revisions, my point will be on doing your revisions. The mistake that a lot of students normally tend to do here is to do these revisions with what? With their revision kits. See, they are doing their revision using revision kits. Let me explain. It is not bad to have revision kits, but it will be disastrous if you put 100% reliance on these revision kits. Maybe you're handling a question, then you find a difficulty in that question because your mind is telling you that, you know what, you have the solutions at the back of your book or you have the solution just below the question. In that case, you'll find that your mind will take you directly to the solutions. What will you be doing? That is not revision. That's the worst mistake that majority of students normally tend to do, they normally tend to make. The best way that you can do revision is take a question, try to solve this question. Whenever you feel like you're having a challenge in solving this question, don't rush to the solutions. The best way to work it out, kindly go to your notes. If at all you're having updated and good notes, go to your notes. Try to fetch solution on your notes. In this case, what you'll be doing, you'll find that other than just that question that you'll be answering, you'll also be looking at a wider concept. In the event that this question is twisted, you can be able to also answer it because you went through the notes clearly while looking for the solution instead of just jumping to your revision kit solutions. Those kits, ideally, the solutions are published there. Those are suggested solutions. So it should not be a point of reference, but these revision keys that you normally tend to have, kindly allow the revision keys to be just what? A point of comparison, but not reference. Allow these revisions to be what? Point of comparison, but not reference. This will really help. This will really help us. So at this point, or from now henceforth, I want us, as the semester is still young, whenever you're doing your revisions, avoid these as much as you can. Avoid rushing to the solutions whenever you have what? Whenever you have a challenge. So this segment is just a matter of me guiding you guys on the best strategy that you can always tend to use in solving and also revising for theory papers. And by the time you're through, I'm very sure majority of you will always be like, Mwalimu, thank you so much. Because I know this strategy works and you're going to see the difference. So if you're that one person whom you've always failed this theory paper, it is not that you don't know. Probably whatever that you've been lacking was what? The good strategy on how to handle the same. At this point, guys, our classes are on. Our classes are on. You can join us for either of our packages for all the units in CPA. We have two packages. The first package is pre-recorded version where you control your own timetable. And in this case, I want us all to try, of course, remember, we are migrating from the old platform to our new platform, which is app.mdarasa.com. We are migrating to, of course, this new platform. So just go to your browser, have app.mdarasa.com. In this case, you can install. You can install it as a desktop application. At the same time, you can install it as what? As phone application, So this is much easier. And of course, as we've always done, we are always here to be your study partners. So if you have not joined us for any class of CPA, I don't know what you're waiting for. Make sure that you reach us out on the number indicated below this video so that we can be your study partner and guide you accordingly. So I believe this video will help you guys as you will be doing your revisions. To that point, thank you so much and see you next time. Bye.